Hello and welcome back to We Are the Famous EFC. I'm joined by Dave from Falcon Blues TV. So first and foremost, it is the match preview ahead of Everton's game against Chelsea at Goodison Park. What's going to be an interesting era under the new takeover of Dan Friedkin. What are your thoughts on that first and foremost, Dave?
I think we just got to be happy, haven't we? It's been a long time coming. We've been waiting more than enough time for Mashiri to basically sling us up, really. But I think, we have to look at it with we've got to go in with our eyes open. We can't. When you look back to last time when Mashiri took over, we were literally like, we're rich, we've got all this money to spend, and we're back. And everything else. I think this time though, we've got to think, okay, let's be wise, let's be smart about this. Now, it's not going to be the big pot of money that we got. It's not going to be changes overnight. I think we've needed it, like I said, we've needed this for a long, long time, and you can't help but be happy because it's needed to happen. There's been far too much going on with the points deductions, with financial issues that we've had within the club. So I think, everyone should be happy. We should be happy that the changes come. It's come at a nice point for Evertonians, and it's a nice Christmas present to have, especially with the stadium on the horizon as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a great Christmas present, and also that I've hit the 1,000 subscribers as well.
Nice. Good job, mate.
Nice one. So it is the match preview, of course. And I reckon that with the takeover happened, I think that so far it's looking good and bright, the future under the Friedkin group. But because Sean Dyche will be watched come Sunday, I think, by the Friedkin group. So I do think that Everton will win it 2-1 because Dyche will be worried in case he loses his job, because he was asked by the media today that he wants to lead Everton into the new era, Bradley Moore, and obviously he's got to prove himself. And the Chelsea game is the right time to prove to the new owners and to us fans that that if he wants to take us out, he's got to show that he's the right manager. But as I said, we know that Chelsea are a hard side, especially with the manager after Pochettino last season. How great they've gone second in the league, and they haven't lost a game so far this Premier League season. They've only lost, I believe it's twice, once against Brighton and Liverpool. So yes, it is going to be really, really hard. But as I said, at the end of the day, Dyche has got to prove and fight. What are your thoughts on Chelsea going into this game?
Again, I completely agree with what you're saying. Chelsea have been playing some excellent football. They've been getting some great results. They got a good result last night as well at home. But I always look at it that Chelsea don't like coming to Goodison Park. I think they've won 2 out of the last 11 games at Goodison, and we've won. I think we've won more of those games than we've lost. So I think with the takeover coming as quickly as it has this week, it's coming on the Thursday. I think there'll be a big shift in the attitude and in the whole atmosphere at Goodison on Sunday, and I think that will push the players and motivate the players a bit more. I think Everton and Goodison has been pretty flat for the better part of the season. Yeah. So I think it won't be an easy game because Chelsea, like I say, Chelsea have been playing absolutely brilliant lately. I think it's just we've got to show them the respect, but not allow them any respect as well. And again, as you're saying there about Dyche, it's down to him to turn things around. If he wants to take us into Bramley Moore, then his attitude needs to change. His style needs to change. His formations, his substitutions, the way he handles himself. I think Evertonians were quite happy that he was, he wasn't mixing his words. Whereas we were getting managers who were very, oh well, it's all right. The players are good. I've got all this, that, and the other. And it was very, not really what we want to hear. We want to hear, be blunt and tell us that the players are crap, that this manager's crap, that this team is playing crap. And I think it got to the point where we liked that, but it was too much. It's like there's only so much you can actually tell. But I think with Dyche has got a whole attitude change to make. I don't see him doing it. I can't see him being sacked. I can't see him, unless results drastically dip, he's not going anywhere until the summer when his contract is expired. And he hasn't, I don't think we'll be offering him a new contract after that. But he's got to prove now that he wants to be in charge of Goodison. If we lose on Sunday, it's not the end of the world. Far from it. We've got 3 very difficult games coming up between now and New Year. So it's down to Dyche really to get him to get the team going, get players going, get goals, because that's what we lacked. We're doing great defensively. Defensively against Arsenal was fantastic last week. We just got to get goals and do the right thing at the other end of the pitch.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's going to be a hard game, as you said, quite rightly so. But we've got to prove, haven't we, on that? And also, it's going to be an interesting game, but we've got to look forward to this new era now, because as you said, it has been flat at Goodison over the last couple of months. So I think what we need to do is get behind the team now, and Dyche as well as the new owners, and just hope that if it doesn't work with the Dan Friedkin group, then it's not going to work at all for the football club, is it?
But I think with Everton, though, the expectations and the targets are that low from where we are at the moment, that anything is a vast improvement on anything in the club. And it won't be an overnight fix. We know that, but I think there'll be fixes in there that will just suddenly turn the club around really quickly. But it's going to be a hard, long process, and I think we have to realise that it's going to be tough. It's not going to be pretty for the next couple of seasons. We unfortunately have got to just grin and bear it and get on with it. But there's also that optimism now has suddenly come back. It feels like when Moshiri first took over. I'm not going to give Moshiri any credit really, bar the stadium, and I think even that is, even that's a stretch, because Colin Chong, and even to a lesser extent Denise Barrett-Baxendale, was part of the stadium build really. So I think with Everton now, there's a lot to do, a lot of work, and it starts on Sunday.
I agree with you, Dave. A lot of work will be done here, but as you were talking about the Moshiri area as well just then, I'm not even going to give him any credit one single bit, because he brought us the new stadium, but the PSR charges also was a looming on us. But at least now most of the debt, in fact all the debt's cleared now, I believe. When I was listening to Julia Bowles on BBC Merseyside, that all the debts have now been cleared by the Friedkin group. So it's not going to be an overnight fix, but I do believe that we can. So anyway, back to the game on Sunday. Starting lineup, sorry. In goal, I'm going to go with Jordan Pickford. Right back, you know what? I'm going to say Nathan Patterson, because a lot will probably change now in Dyche's starting lineup. So a shocker. I'm going to say Nathan Patterson. Then James Trajkowski, Jared Branthwaite on left back, Vitaly Mikalenko. In midfield, Mangala, Idrissa Gueye. I'd have them two in midfield. Then in the number 10 role, Iliman Ndiaye, Ducouré on the bench, and Dwight on the left, and on the right, Lindstrom, and up front, Calvert-Lewin, I guess, because Broya is on loan, isn't he?
Yeah, so he's ineligible, which is a shame, because I think we'd have liked to have seen him, given the 2 cameos that he's had against Arsenal and I think the other week. So I think, yeah, that probably sounds about right, to be fair. As I think he might end up putting Ndai onto the wing with Neil on the right.
No way that he'll play better either.
I can't take to Beto. I mean, to be fair, I can't take to Calvert-Lewin at the moment either, given the way he's been playing.
I can take to is either Chimiti or Broya, but obviously he can't play in Chimiti. I don't know if he's still injured or that.
Chimiti's not played much. I don't think he's trained very much either, to be honest. So it is going to have to be Calvert-Lewin.
Sorry.
It's going to have to be Calvert-Lewin, isn't it? Because I can't see Beto getting a start. It's a Chelsea side, isn't it? It's you probably bring Beto on for the last 20 minutes or something like that, the way he always does. But that side virtually picks itself at the moment. I can't see Dyche making too many heavy changes. Probably Patterson would be your only one. He might even bring back Coleman for this one because we've seen Coleman play against Chelsea a lot and he plays well. He pulls the team through. So that right back position is up for grabs really between Ashley Young, Seamus Coleman or Nathan Patterson. And Patterson's probably going to be your one, but for me, I think it'd be Coleman.
Yeah, I suppose
if he's fit and available,
Yeah, I just hope that he's not just going to defend for the whole 90 minutes and just get a point. Because at the end of the day, you might think, what am I going on about? But the reason I'm saying is that we're drawing too many now, and the way we're in this relegation scrap again, then if we defend for the whole couple of minutes and we don't go out in the first half to grab the win, then perhaps the second half, when you get the chances, take them. Don't put them over the goal. Just take the shots. Just kick it as hard as you can, and hopefully, as Dyche says, you'll get rewarded at the end of the day.
Of course,
that's what you ask for, isn't it? But
I think it's a tough one, isn't it? Because I don't think the crowd would allow it home to be defended for 90 minutes. If we were, then there'd be murder.
Yeah,
fans would let them know about it. And if there's people from the Freaking group who are going to be there on Sunday, Dyche has got a lot to do. Like I said, he's got a lot to think about over the next couple of days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do see that it's going to be probably 0-0, but as I said, he can't afford it. If he wants to prove to the Friedkin, then the only way he can prove is getting this group of players who are capable and plus who were a good side down on paper.
A 0-0 though, Adam, would suit us. I know I probably sound like a Dyche in here, but a 0-0 against Chelsea side who are scoring goals and they're quick. Cole Palmer's an absolute superstar. A 0-0 at home isn't probably the end of the world given the fixtures that we've got coming up. Man City, Nottingham Forest are playing exceptionally well as well. And I agree with we've got to start scoring goals. We have to start finding the net, and it can't just come from Calvert-Lewin though. Everyone will go, oh well, Calvert-Lewin's not scoring goals.
Mm-hmm.
Neither's Iliman and Ndai, neither's Mangala, neither's the Lindstrom or I know Calvert-Lewin needs to pull the socks up and needs to start scoring goals as well. But no one else in that team is scoring goals, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
So a 0-0 isn't the end of the world when we haven't got people who can't score goals.
Yeah. How long do you reckon Dyche is going to get as manager then if it does end up 0-0 for the next 3-4 games?
He's got till the summer. I can't see them pulling the plug on Dyche at the moment unless
we got buried.
Unless it got really, really drastic and we lose the next 3 games.
Yeah.
We get 3-0, even just losing the next 3 games and then teams around us are popping up and getting results. But I think that's...
I don't believe in Sean Dyche because look at the likes we drew with Arsenal and that was a crap game, but
it was a defensive masterclass though, Adam. It was absolutely superb defensively. Okay, we didn't score goals and we, maybe if the chance that we had, which is in the first half with Decore, he puts that one away, it's a different game.
Yeah.
What do you want us to do against Arsenal? Do you want us to counter-attack the whole game? get caught on the break and concede. Even in 4 or 5-0 by half time, if we'd done something as stupid as that. So I see the Arsenal game as an exceptional point. Really, you know, it's a really tough game, but we've got to turn these draws now and these clean sheets into 3 points.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, thank you for coming on, Dave, and that is the end of the match previews. Quick score prediction, Dave.
1-0, tough one. It's going to be very tough. I think we'll nick an early goal and we'll just defend with our lives. But again, if we're 1-0 up, that'll do me. I think everyone will take, you know, a point like 3 points like that right before Christmas when we've got 2 big games coming up after that.
What a Christmas present that would be if we beat Chelsea.
Superb, wouldn't it, mate?
All in 1 week. That and the group. Yeah. Up the fried can toffees. See you later. Bye-bye.